Hey guys, how's it going? I know it's been a couple of days, but I was supposed to do a video yesterday and I completely forgot about it. So let's talk about um, a little bit of waste management. So for those that don't know, I worked at Waste Management, and at first I was a little bit skeptical, and then I found out that hey, Waste Management, $18 an hour, um, 14-hour shift. So, you know, I was I felt pretty good doing something like that. I'd be pretty much the driver. I'd have a helper or two on the back, and I'd basically just be the driver, and then have these pretty good pretty good route that I'd eventually memorize. Um, and you know, I thought it was going to be a good idea at first, and then I got hired on, and the whole process of getting me down to Florida was a bit of a hassle, um, because there was two other guys that were getting ready to get hired on, or something like that, and they were going to ship all three of us to Florida. But I didn't realize that until like a month later. I'm just sitting here like, all right, well, I've had my like 2 weeks, um, and I'm still not in Florida. I'm still not being trained. I'm hired to be a driver, yet I'm out here um, kicking ass and taking names, basically. I was basically the guy on the back. So let's talk about that experience for a little bit. The first time um, being on the back of a trash truck felt um, it felt weird in a way. It felt like, because this was in January, so it wasn't exactly warm, and especially when it was like 30 something degrees and you got wind blowing in your face. It's not like you can't just go inside the truck until and just get out for every stop. That's why you got those platforms in the back of the truck, so it's easier to do that. So my first couple of cans, of course, was like learning how to operate the levers, how to handle the trash can, and all that really good stuff. And the guy that was helping me out, they were really nice. So it wasn't like it's just the new guy, he could figure it out. No, they were very very nice, and in helping me, and then of course him telling me, all right, he's going. We're going to get off, start walking back. He's going to go turn around, be like another minute or something, because we're done with this road. He's just going to go turn around or whatever. So so my first couple of weeks were not that terrible. I was just my first week. No, my first 2 weeks, I was stuck with. I was stuck with the same two or three guys doing these routes, and then after the second week, I was stuck with my mentor, and he was a really cool guy. He was probably I would consider him as a good friend, honestly, a good friend, a good work buddy. We didn't really have any problems with each other. We were very cool with each other. He would just pretty much show me the route, and telling me, well, this is going to be your route as soon as you get done in Florida. They're gonna basically show you how to operate the vehicle and all that good stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, well, it's automatic, and you know, it seems to be like, you know, something I could probably get used to. But yeah, after I got stuck with my mentor, we started on what would be my routes for basically the remainder of my time there. So I was stuck doing the exact same route in some different ways. So it was okay because, hey, at least I was working on a route that I would end up managing. The problem is that I wasn't driving the route yet because I haven't went to Florida. So another couple of weeks go by, and mentors sitting there like, you got it down yet? And I'm like, dude, it's only been 2 weeks. Give me like maybe a month, and while I'm driving it, to like get me situated to where I have to go, and then maybe I'd get it. But until then, I don't really got it. So you know, everything was really all cool. So then we go to Florida, and my time at Florida was one heck of a time. It's got to be said. So getting down to Florida was pretty easy because this was my second time on an airplane, and I was pretty nervous, but I wasn't that nervous, you know, to get on another airplane, since it was technically my second time, and my first time being going over to Jacobson Transportation over in Des Moines, Iowa. So I felt pretty good on the flight. Of course, I had my own music to like get me through the entire way there. I think I had an audiobook, and maybe at the time I was still working on what was going on that year? I think It was coming out that year, so I was working on Stephen King's It. So that's what I was doing. I was listening to the audiobook while just, you know, get on my way. I would finish a chapter, and then I'd do something else. I'd watch a video or something, or whatever. The Wi-Fi wasn't that great, but hey, I was only on the airplane for like an hour, so you know, it was pretty good. I felt really good. The flight went very well, clearly, because I'm still here. I'm not traumatized by it, so it's not like, oh, I'm never going to get on a plane ever again. So yeah, the one problem I did have about airplanes that I personally that I'm personally not used to is the pressure, because believe it or not, air pressure changes when you go up and down. So, you know, you have a lot of ear popping going on. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on. And while we were going into the landing, I don't know if it was the pressure getting to me or what, but I was having a very, very bad headache, or what felt like a small migraine going on in my head as we were coming into land. And I'm just sitting there like, just trying to freaking. I think one of the flight attendants had noticed me, and she was like, Sir, you okay? We are coming in for a landing. And I'm like, oh, we are? We are? That's why my ears are, that's why I can't hear anything on my ears? Because I couldn't hear, worth shit. It was pretty unbearable. Like, by the time we were low enough to see, like, land in buildings and streets and cars and whatnot. I had a window seat. I think both times going to and from Florida. So, getting there and back wasn't a hassle. And for a moment, I kind of treated this trip as a little bit of a vacation because, I never really had a chance to finally relax and be away for who knows how long. Unfortunately, this was also after my previous laptop had killed itself, or the motherboard had killed itself. So I was pretty much without a laptop. I didn't have anything else to do. I had my own personal room though. The place we went to was it was, I guess you could call it a condo. But that's basically what they called it. They gave us our own condo where it'd be you and like two others that would stay in that condo, and that you would have to get along with each other for the remaining of the next 2 weeks, and then go back to wherever you came from, basically. Fortunately, the last two, or I mean, not the last two, excuse me, the two guys that had the same condo as me were working at the same place that I was working at. So I was very fortunate to know a couple of people that worked at the same place that I was working at. So that was really cool. I thought that was really cool. So yeah. Getting used to Florida weather wasn't a problem for me, at least. I know I saw a few people from the north because they had the jackets and the coats and stuff, and I was just sitting there like, you do realize it's like 60 or 70 degrees, right? So it wasn't entirely that bad, but it didn't exactly get cold at all. So, I still had a fairly good time. But yeah, I kind of treated this trip as a little bit of a vacation because, again, I didn't really have a break in all this working nonsense since I began this truck driving career. So I've never once took a vacation, and that's primarily because I either got released or I changed jobs. Basically, I changed companies, so it was one or the other. So that was literally preventing me from having any kind of vacation, since majority of any company you work at requires you to work there for over a year before you're able to get any sort of personal time off or whatever, or vacation days, or excuse me, just any sort of kind of personal days. I have something on my tongue, can't get it off. I think I just did. Anywho, so yeah, I kind of treated this as my own personal vacation, since the literal weeks that trying to say the words, the weeks that I went there, happened to fall on my birthday. So I'm just sitting there like, hey, this is a pretty good birthday treat. I get to go to Florida, even though it's technically for training. And, you know, I kind of treated this as a vacation. I spent the weekends, yes, I spent the weekend, the Friday, me and a few other guys that I happened to get along with, we were just hanging out. We were having like a cool little party in one of these guys' condo, and somebody had found out, hey, there's a bar not too far. Get it? And we could all get a drink. So everybody, so we're like, all right, so let's take this over to the bar. And I'm like, I hate to be the guy that says no because I don't drink. And they're like, you don't drink? Hell yeah, even better. Our own personal sober guy to drive us around wherever the fuck we want. So that's what I was. I was the guy that drove everybody around. And I felt pretty cool, to be honest, at the moment, because we were hanging out at this bar, and everybody was hanging around the either the pool table that was at this bar, or just hanging out wherever else. And then somebody comes along and is like, hey, there's this club in downtown that we can go to, and I have some money. We can get some VIP, we can get VIP and hang out at the top of this club or some shit. I can't exactly remember all that happened, but we were all pretty much gathering around and discussing going to downtown to get to this club and pretty much hang out. And I gotta say, I was still having a really good time. And parking was a bit of a hassle, but we got the parking in, or at least I got the parking in, and we were trying to find this place. We got lost like once trying to find this place, and we eventually found it. And we were pretty much, I really don't remember what happened or how we got VIP, but I guess somebody had paid one of the one of the guys that was standing out there. It's like, hey, can you get us up there or something like that, or paid one of the girls or some shit like that. I really can't remember what happened as to how we got VIP, because again, I was the guy that was driving everybody home. So I was just standing around pretending to be just another guy that's going to have a pretty good time. And that's really what happened. We had a really good time. And we pretty much stayed until the club closed. And that's really where things started to get out of hand. I mean, one of the guys was trying to sneak out a bottle of something, and I had nothing to do with whatever was going on. And at first I was with it, but I was just telling to myself, hey, if they come anywhere towards this vehicle and they ask about a bottle, then I'm definitely going to give it to them. There was nothing I really could have done about it. And the guys did end up coming here, and I ended up trying to play it off like, yeah, we don't really got anything in here. And then they started talking about oh, we're going to get the police involved because what this guy did, he stole our bottle, so we're just trying to get it back, and we'll have the police on the way to search this vehicle, and if the bottle is found, we can prosecute you at the full extent. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, here you go. Like, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to protect my friend, or I want to say call them friends at this point. I'm just trying to protect these guys. We're trying to get back over to wherever we were, what was going to happen next, and ended up playing this this whole thing pretty well. The guy that was looking for, or the guy that was trying to steal the bottle, came up and it was like, "Where's the bottle?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, dude. I had to give it back. They were going to get the police involved." And then he was just sitting there yelling. How the hell is he going to get the police to search this vehicle? They can't do that. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, I don't want any trouble, because I'm just the guy that's going to drive everybody back, and that's all I really wanted to do after that point, because I just wanted to go back to the condo, go to bed, and then have a good weekend at that after everything was pretty much past. So after that, I drove everybody back to the condo, where I immediately got out and just went back to the condo. Unfortunately, I lost my charger and had to go buy a spare. So I ended up getting Uber the next morning, and I went to Walmart to go get a spare charger, and ended up charging at least I didn't end up with a dead phone until Monday, because I just would have been bored out of my mind if it wasn't for that. Other than that, the rest of the trip went very well. So, nothing else to say. I'm sure I had like a lot of other things that I was talking about in those videos. So if you guys want to go rewatch those videos of the things that was going on, then hey, you guys can. I think the one thing that I do remember talking about in those videos was the fact that I got sick. I got sick, I want to say it was the day of my birthday. I can't exactly remember when my birthday was, but I'm pretty sure it was either the Thursday or the Wednesday. But I got sick on Tuesday. I wasn't feeling very well on Tuesday. So I was doing my best to like hold myself up, and then Wednesday happened and everything got worse. So I tried to save myself with some Dayquil. I think I went back over to Walmart and got some Dayquil, but I did eventually get sick with the flu, so I had to just suffer through it. And Wednesday was just really bad. I felt really bad having to call them or call the guys at the training facility and tell them, hey, this is me. I unfortunately am not going to come in because I am sick. I don't feel good. I feel like I'm about to throw up. So, and there wasn't anything I ate or drank, since again it was in the middle of the week. So I'm pretty sure if it was a hangover, it would have been from the past Friday. But because I didn't get a hangover that weekend, I still would have been fine by Monday anyways. So, there's that. But other than that, I did get sick in the middle of the week. so unfortunately, unfortunately, I just had to miss. It was either Friday or no, it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember what day it was, but I do remember that it was like it, it was just one of those it was the day before we had to do our official test. So I think it was Wednesday that I got sick. Because Thursday was the day that we did our official driving test or whatever the heck it was to get them to do. I can't remember, but it was the official test day to do pretty much everything else we had to do, and then Friday is go home day. So yeah. Friday going home, was pretty much the same as getting there. So I had an hour. I was watching. I think I watched the entire Batman versus Superman movie on that flight. So that was pretty nice. I had yeah, it was I guess enough to, like, by the time I got on the plane and then by the time I got off the plane, literally the whole movie was played. So I didn't really miss much of anything. I had a couple pauses to, like, clear my head and take a moment to realize, hey, I'm on a plane. So had a little bit of a couple of moments, played some music, and then went back to watch my movie. But all in all, I still watched the entire film through and through. So, there's that. Other than that, I think that's all I'm going to say about my trip to Florida. And that's pretty much the beginning of, I guess, Death Story Time. I don't know what I'm going to name this video. I think I will end up naming it Death Story Time or some shit like that. So, whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this, though. I do apologize that it's gone a little close to 30 minutes now. But it was just a lot to say. And again, that one specific trip from to and from Florida was just crazy in itself. So I thought I'd start out this new-ish series talking about my trip to Florida to get trained to become a waste management driver. So next time I will talk about my training with my mentor, and then driving my routes and all that good stuff to probably my favorite route, and then my least favorite route, and then the most annoying route, of course. So anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this. So if you're new to this, give me a subscribe, give me a like, and comment down below if you want to hear any more waste management stories. I don't have much, but I do have a few stories that I'd like to tell. So, I'm probably going to continue doing this this little format of doing either videos or vlogs or story time. So this is just going to be the same format for the next who knows how long. So anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.